Information rules the world.
Get informed.
Stay informed. Nigeria Info, your number one station for talk.
This is Hard Facts. Hard Facts.
On 95.1 Nigeria Info.
Good afternoon to you and you. Sani, thank you so much for staying with 95.1 Nigeria Info. 11 minutes after 3. And welcome to Hard Facts on your passionate, trustworthy conversational radio. My name, I'm Kimberly. Just call me Kim, the Oracle, the Digital Oracle, OTF, the fellow Ochanya one, Madam Speaker, whichever one flies your kite, I'm good with it. And I'll be here till 7. And I need to start off by saying Eid Mubarak to you and you. Barakat the Salah, like we say in this part of the world. And everybody's excited, everybody's happy because it's been a whole long month, 30 days, right, of fasting to get to this point, and it's well deserved. The rest, the celebration, the festivity, and most importantly, the blessings that comes from the entire month culminating today. So Eid Mubarak one more time, and. In the spirit of the Eid celebration, we'll not be having Dr. Majid because, come on, he needs his rest. He needs to be with friends, with family, with loved ones. People will be coming around and seeing him. So, totally understand. Dr. Majid, if you're listening, Eid Mubarak to you and yours and everyone in the family. And we send our love from Nigeria Info to you and to, brothers and sisters who are celebrating today. We would keep it nice and easy in the spirit of the holiday. We'll do the roundtable. We'll still talk about Niger. Yep. Still look at some of the big stories driving conversation. And then we'll have other conversation at the 4 o'clock hour. We'll still have the Beat My Score. I was chatting with someone yesterday. He said he wants to remain anonymous. And I said, the Beat My Score is ending. Or it has even technically ended because I just kept going on my own. And he said, I want you to continue. Let's extend by a week. And this anonymous donor sent what is what for another week. So we have some more episodes to go. It continues. Someone also sent a message like, I'm enjoying this Beat My Score. Let it not end. I say, well, at one point it will end though, because except the cash keep coming and then the questions also. The last time I outsourced it, there were a lot of controversy with it. But, you also need someone to ensure that they're putting almost the same kind of questions so that some people don't feel like, you favored one particular caller over the others. But sometimes deliberately we allow some of the questions to be a tad difficult so that we can go through the first caller and get to others also. But yeah, in summary, we will beat my score today. We'll do the game show. You will beat somebody's score, Abby, or somebody will beat your score in all of it. Not score. I know the way we pronounce things in Nigeria, say beat my score, like beat my score. No, beat my score. SCORE. Huh? All right. Thank you very much. Okie dokie. Let's get started with some of the stories making the rounds, and then we'll get your opinion. But first off, they're talking about a strange disease in Sokoto State, and NCDC has swung into action as they probe this strange disease that is making the round. They said about 164 cases of strange disease. I mean, the last time we talked about a strange disease was somewhere in Benue State where they say strange disease. You call it strange because it's not been properly identified. We don't know what it is, but people are falling sick or people are dying and they have almost the same symptom, but it's not textbook. So until the disease control comes to say, okay, this is what we're dealing with, then you put a proper tag on it. So the Nigerian Center for Disease Control says it is investigating a mysterious illness that emerged in Isa local government area of Sokoto State. And speaking with journalists, Jide Idris, NCDC Director General, said the strange illness was reported to the agency on the 21st of March 2024. They manifest with symptoms such as abdominal distension, fever, vomiting, weight loss, primarily affecting children aged from 4 to 13, along with some older adults. Although the NCDC has deployed a national rapid response team to, collaborate with the State Ministry of Health to investigate the matter, they say so far 164 suspected cases have been identified across 6 wards in that particular local government, and it has so far resulted in four tragic fatalities. So it's not the first occurrence, as a similar incident was documented in 2023. That one went without a conclusive diagnosis. So I hope this time around they will do something a bit more conclusive and search for the causative factor. Is it what people are drinking? Is it in the water they're drinking? Is it in the food they're eating? Is it in the air they breathe? Is it something about, a particular location? Because there's a lot to study and a lot to map when, people are having similar and then the number is building. Water, food, what's happening here? Is there some level of pollution that they're exposed to that is causing all of this? So they have their job cut out for them as they try to identify the cause. And then also to see how it's spread. Is it person to person or something that we need to be worried about? I'm not saying that they should cordon off people in our local government, but I'm saying you also want to know how it's transmitted so that people will be careful. But in all of it, you're still reminded of the basic hygiene. Wash your hands, wash it with soap and running water, and ensure that if you touch surfaces and the likes of that, you do the needful. If you feel that you're sick and then there's a tendency to transfer that, like there's a cold and you just know that this one is not the usual cold, the usual flu that you get. This one is a bit intense. Help us and just wear your mask. I know for a lot of people, the other day I went to a mall and I saw somebody wearing a mask and everybody kept looking as if the only way you're permitted to wear a face mask is there's COVID. Person is just kind. Maybe he has a bad cough and he's thinking, I'm not going to spread it. And then you're wearing a mask, or, a major flu and cold that can easily be transmitted to others, and you wear your mask. So let's normalize wearing mask if you feel like you're sick. All right? It mustn't be a pandemic and a global shutdown before everybody start wearing masks and the likes. Besides, there are a lot of local companies and business people who went into producing face masks during the height of COVID. As their business is doing at this point in time, perhaps they would have diversified, but, help the business also. Buy Niger. I wanted to say buy Niger to grow the Naira face mask, but it's all good. All right. I just thought to share that with us and to remind us of just being very conscious of our health and all whatnot. So what is this back and forth about Lagos-Calabar Highway? Now, former Vice President Atiku Abubakar has asked President Bola Ahmed Tinubu to disclose the cost of the Lagos-Calabar Coastal Highway project. He wants to know how much. In a statement issued on Sunday by Paul Ibe, his media advisor, Abubakar claimed that Tinubu prioritized personal business interest over Nigerians in the handling of the project. Abubakar questioned the award of the contract to Gilbert Chigori's, that's how, it's an Indian name, a Pakistani name. Chagori's high-tech without competitive bidding, saying the project is shrouded in secrecy. And according to Atiku Abubakar, the award of the contract, he claimed on Monday that the presidency said the former, responding, I beg your pardon, to what he said, the presidency said that the former vice president did not get his fact right and has allowed himself to be led into a blind alley again by his poorly informed aides. And in a statement put out today is Wednesday, by Frank Schreiber, a special assistant on public communication, Atiku said Tinubu's government should desist from responding to public inquiries with insults. A question was asked, how much is this Abuja-Calabar-Lagos Coastal Highway costing Nigeria? It's not from your personal pocket, is it, Mr. President? How much is it? And then the response is, they have misled you. They've been poorly led. You should have gotten your fact. Furnish us with the fact. I mean, it would have been a perfect opportunity, to just put the facts out there. This is what it cost. This is when it was awarded. For transparency, clarity, no need of bickering or back and forth. And then the people who are just sitting in the shadows, just waiting to get an update, who already know that. But I think we like to spice things up with a little banter and with a little mudslinging and dragging each other's hair out before we get to it. And then sometimes in the middle of it all, we lose sight of what the real issue is. Because the real issue is how much, Lagos Calabar. Was it a public bid? How transparent was the process? Let us know. The government is, entitled to looking at who can handle certain things, but we also have by our books how procedures are done and carried out to getting to execute a project of this magnitude. I mean, we're talking about Lagos Calabar, a coastal highway. A lot of money will go into it. You would love to know, yeah? I would also. But he's saying, learn to respond to inquiries without insult. The presidential candidate of the PDP in the 2023 election asked Tinubu to disclose the real cost of the project. Quoting him, Tinubu's administration cannot continue to respond to public inquiry with insult. They must come clean on the project because Nigerians deserve to know the truth. I therefore present 6 proposals to the administration. How much is the total cost of the Lagos-Calabar Coastal Highway? Why is the project being funded by the Nigerian government despite being a PPP, public-private partnership? Why? Okay, well, if you're saying why is the project being funded, that means you know on good authority that it's being funded by them. Maybe the government should have clarified. There's a lot to clarify at this point in time. Or the level of the partnership we're dealing with, where government said this is where we come in, this is what they do also, because a public-private partnership does not completely excuse the government from any financial responsibility. So question number 3, why is the project taking off from Chagori's Eco Atlantic? Why is 1.06 trillion naira being spent on the pilot phase, which is just 47 kilometers? Why did the 1.06 trillion naira not get the approval of the National Assembly? Why wasn't there a competitive bidding for the project? They went on to ask. And finally, how did Tinubu administration get the design as well as the right-of-way in just 7 months, since it claims the past administration of Goodluck Jonathan and Mohammed Buhari never touched the project? Abubakar said Tinubu's administration to respond to the question line by line, instead of taking the mundane and jejune route of insulting their way out of the inquiry. Would there be a line-by-line response to this? Well, we'd get to find out. But yeah, I mean, very legit questions asked at this point in time. And if it's not opaque and it's not a shady one, you should be able to furnish the country. And it's not just Atiku getting the response. It's Nigerians who are now, their curiosity already piqued. They're saying, we would like to know. I would like to know. So we expect a bit more robust response from the government. Okay, and just to let you know, someone says, I cannot hear you well. Take off your headphone. There's an echo. Oh, really? If I take off my headphone, how will I hear you? But let's see. Let me know if it's any better. I've done that. I've taken it off because I hear that somebody put that on YouTube. And let me see if there's also the same complaint on our Facebook page. We're streaming live on YouTube and Facebook at Nigeria Info Abuja, Facebook at Nigeria Info Abuja, on YouTube also. Let's see if it's the same complaint. Ambassador Isaiah Dibang, Martins Fire Me, watching your program and the way you gesticulate. Well done. Yeah, I should keep my hands down, I know. Eze Kenna, let them use Dogonyaro juice time to time. There's information flying around that a certain lab would release this disease. I just hope this is not what anonymous group informed us of. Eze. On your own, you said it was an anonymous person who speculated that a disease will fly because they released something from a lab, and then you are recommending they should drink Dogonyaro juice. Like, dude, you're on fire this afternoon. Only you. And Carlo Big says, I'm also having trouble hearing you. Oh, try without the headphone. Okay, I have the headphone down now. Let's get to see Let's hear this caller. Some of you have been trying to reach us. If you're interested in that story, I want to know how much the Lagos Calabar Road, the Lagos Calabar Road Highway Coastal project cost. Let's get your thoughts on it. 0700 951 0000 or 0809 5974869. Or you can call via WhatsApp on 0809 9930 137 to share your take. Let's hear this caller quickly. Hello.
Hello.
Good afternoon. You're welcome. What's your name?
Good afternoon, Tony from Guarimpa.
We're listening, Tony.
Yes, I thank former Vice President for the article for that valid question. Government should answer them. Or the Minister of Works should answer line by line, like he said. How can 47 kilometers road cost 1.06 trillion? It's too much now. We should explain to us.
Oh, but don't forget that we're dealing with a coastal road, so perhaps it might cost a bit more. It's something to evaluate properly also. I'm not saying that figure is absolutely correct, but it's a coastal highway.
If you talk about billions here, not trillions. So let them explain. Because the government owes that duty. Thank you. God bless Nigeria.
All right. God bless Nigeria. Well, even furnishing this information is something that will help with, building trust for government. Hello.
Hello, Kimberly.
Yes, sir. You're welcome. Eid Mubarak.
Thank you. Same to you. Same to all your colleagues in the studio. A great Nigeria Info family. I'm not concerned about the proposed total cost. Will the project be executed within record time? Will the project not be dragged for political reason? My question again, why must every federal project, ambitious project, span 8 years for political reason? We are seeing some countries executing ambitious projects of greater magnitude than this, and they are finishing it in record time of 3-4 years. Why? That is my concern. And right from the beginning, they should furnish Nigerians with the actual amount. And just as the former Vice President said, they say it's a PPP venture, and now it's solely being funded by federal government. How come? Who is serving its own interest? We have to know that. Thank you.
Thank you very much. And looking at what the Minister of Work said when this question was posed earlier on, the Minister of Works, Dave Umahi, yesterday, he took a swipe at the Vice President over his criticism of that project. And while fielding questions from newsmen in Port Harcourt, shortly after the inspection of the full rehabilitation work at the ongoing Enugu-Port Harcourt Road and the reconstruction of the Eleme-One Road, described Atiku's statement as unfortunate, saying he lacked an understanding of figures. But, my problem with government, we meander too much, just go round and round in circles. Sir, give us the figure. He asked a simple question. Go back and say you respond to it later. You don't have it on you. And then give figures and let people work from an informed perspective. The reason you ask this question is because somebody is curious about the process, the timing, and the amount. And that curiosity has been transferred to a lot of Nigerians at this point where I say, all right, we need to know. So it's not about saying you don't have the figure. He doesn't have it. He's asking, furnish the country with the figure. He went on to say, I am going to give him a proper information. I'll address a world press conference in Lagos. Good. If there's anything he thinks is wrong with the procurement, he should approach me. He should leave the president alone. It is quite degrading on my part for Atiku to think that a former party chairman during deputy governor for 8 years, a senator that I am not a stakeholder in this country and I will do the wrong thing. So he doesn't understand figures, and I'm going to run figures for him to understand and for him to understand how prudent the administration. It's plenty talk. Let's get to the press conference. Let's know the figures you're talking about, what it cost, and what it. He's saying that every nickel going into the Coastal Highway project is worth it, and they have been, very judicious in their spending. Good, good. But let's get the figures. I mean, I don't think the former president asked anything out of line. They just might be politicians doing what politicians know how to do best. However, it's still a very legitimate question to ask. Hello.
Hello, Kim.
Welcome to the show.
Yeah. Brazilian.
Go ahead.
I think the way a man is the root when you have to do some critical infrastructure projects like this, they should really have the, like you said, be transparent to Nigeria. Because Nigeria is a stakeholder in the project. I know that project is a good project. Like I said, it's a cost project. A lot of, work will go on, and a lot of money will go on, because we complain about failure. That the project is going to even put up a failure. It's going to go a lot of money, because you're costing a lot of fish, water. You're penetrating to some part of the Atlantic. You're crossing a lot of kilometers of bridge. It's a huge project. A lot of huge project. Money will
No, nobody is disputing that. And that's why I pointed out to the caller who was talking about the amount. Nobody is disputing that, Williams. However, as grandiose as it sounds and what would be required to achieving it, it's not too much to ask how much it's going to cost. What's the projection? And how the process of the bidding was done.
I think like I said, I think federal government or the Ministry of Works or the ministers, I think they are still doing a feasibility study about that project. They still have to really study how much it's going to take them, how many kilometers it's going to cost amount to you to construct a bridge from point A to point B. Because like I said, some bridges are going to take over 20 kilometers, or if not more than. So I think they still do feasibility study about that project. So nobody could be able to come out and tell this is how the project is going to cost.
But isn't that a problem if you're embarking on a project without a clue of what it's going to, translate to at the end of the day? Where are you going to get the money from? Yes, it's a PPP project, but even at that, it's not feasibility study phase at this point in time when you already have people on the other end who have been contracted to execute it. You think Chagori will just come and say, we don't know, just bring us as partners and we'll get it done? Have you tried to get a contract from the government or a partnership before?
Kim, we know about this. And I strongly believe that at the end of the day, the presidency will come up and tell us how much that project. I think they are still working. That is not something we can do. It's good what the vice president said. Let Nigeria know all the project. I'm not disputing that. But the truth is, let's make everything goes the normal way. We shouldn't create politics about some good project that will really have a very strong, meaningful development project about.
I think we would agree on that. If it's beneficial to the country, yes, we would want that to happen. But also would not want the figures inflated or, handed to people who do not have the capacity for it. Don't forget we privatize and we're still struggling with power. We all thought it was for the good of everyone, but look at us today.
But anyway, let's see how it goes. I think we have put our fingers crossed, eyes open, and see how what is going to happen by the end of the day. Have a nice day, my dear.
Thank you very much, Williams. Now, recall 2 days back, one of the stories we looked at was the feedback mechanism for the government. I was talking about, an app that will be set up. And I'm grateful that the cable took their time to give a bit more breakdown as to how citizens can engage with the app. And I think it's an important one because once it's fully set up, it'd be nice for people to know and be able to follow up on some of the key project area of the administration and give real-time feedback and hope to get response from the government and the agencies involved. So I'm going to run through some of them again. During a public demonstration of the tracker, which Hadiza Bala Usman, Special Advisor to the President on Policy and Coordination, and also head of the Central Coordination Delivery Unit, CDCU, said the initiative would help keep every minister accountable on key deliverables of their portfolio. And the 7 things you need to know, broken down by the cable. What is the tracker and what is its goal? Citizen Tracker was first launched in 2022 and it's been upgraded and relaunched by the CDCU in consultation with stakeholders, provide citizens with information on priority project, policies and program of the government. And the unit said the tracker app will undergo continuous enhancement, incorporating observation to ensure user friendliness. How can Nigerians access the app? It will be available for download on Google and Apple Store within the next month. However, I said the tracker can be accessed directly on the government, the CDCU government website. How can Nigerians monitor progress with the app? I said citizens can access detailed information on government project in order to monitor and evaluate their performance. It's just to help promote transparency and accountability, which the government said they are big on. And so for any of these projects and programs that the government is on, you can actually see where they are, what they've done so far, and hopefully how much it costs and all whatnot. And you can also give feedback because there's also the feedback mechanism. How to do that? Well, let me see. In order to submit a feedback on the website, one will fill a form requiring your name, your email, your phone number, and the aim is to help facilitate timely responsiveness from the CDCU. So you will have a form where you can, make your inquiries and or whatnot, or perhaps maybe share what you've observed concerning the program and the project and send to them, and you'll get an email response from them. The unit said the tracker, Nigerians can provide immediate feedback on their perception of government performance in implementing these projects, these programs, and these policies anywhere within the country, outside the country. You can tell the government, it's the money, this one, and all of that, like Atiku is doing right now. You can actually do that and have also direct communication with the CDC. So you can have direct access by the president. According to the coordinating unit, the president would glean feedback on ministerial deliverables from a dedicated dashboard in his own office. And through this dashboard, the president will be able to see and track the implementation of his priority project to saying, okay, how is this person doing? How is this ministry doing? And just follow up such that he's not blindsided or not aware of how it is going on. Sounds pretty interesting. On paper, we always have brilliant ideas and brilliant policies, brilliant programs, brilliant projects. It's executing it that becomes nightmarish. So let's see how this pans out. Hello.
Hello.
Turn off your radio, sir.
Yeah. Hello. Can you hear me?
Yes, crystal clear. What's your name?
Okay. This is Frank.
All right, Frank,
Hello.
We're listening.
Okay. It's on the coastal road I want to talk about.
Keep talking.
Hello.
I'm listening, Frank. Go ahead.
Okay.
Is it the Frank I know?
Frank?
I think so. Yeah, go ahead. I recognize your voice, Frank. Go ahead.
Okay. So my emphasis is that why are we, according to the Minister of Works, why do we choose to have a concrete road instead of the normal usual asphalt? Because this concrete road doesn't come cheap. If you have to compare it with asphalt, you know that the possible materials, you can get it in the local. But this concrete road is ever costly. For instance, they said they are going to use a 20 mm rod. You know the cost of one length of 20 mm rod. Presently in the market now is around 43,000 naira. So why go for that particular pattern instead of using the normal one? Like, you can look at this airport road now that has been built in Below for almost 15 years now, or before Below for almost 15 years. It's still intact. So what are they doing there that they should use 20 mm to reinforce the road before they have to cut up to 11 inches thickness concrete? I think it's a waste. And moreover, is that still that Nigeria is producing road have road in abundance. So I think the whole thing is just they just pattern in a way to just waste and waste. So that's my thought.
Thank you very much. Now, I know that there's been a lot of debate when the minister also brought this new dimension. He was thinking about longevity of our road and the fact that, a project is giving after a short while, they start to have issues with the road, doesn't stand the test of time, and looking at what other technology can we employ to ensure that these roads are truly durable. And that's why he came up with that, based on how he successfully employed it in the state when he was governor at that point in time. There have been, manufacturers. There was some group who came up and said, no, we're not ready for it. It will be too expensive to execute at the go and whatnot. So it's just weighing the option as to how long would it? Because then he was even saying that with this nature of this road, the road can last 50 years. And I recall when we had a conversation some time back, we were looking, it's not been 50 years he was governor, but, all eyes will be on some of the roads he built when he was governor, using that technology to see how long they will stand the test of time. I'm sure you've traveled some roads and they just finished and they've not even left and the road is you're already seeing wear and tear. And you're wondering, so we have to reward the contract again. So the either option comes with a price. It depends on the one we're ready to pay. I'm just giving you an explanation of what he gave some time back. It might not be justifiable, but that's his argument as at then. Thank you so much, Frank. Hello?
Hello, good afternoon, sister.
Welcome.
Yeah, this is Engineer Ola.
Welcome, Engineer Ola.
My sister, welcome. I'm Barika de Salu to all my Muslim brothers.
Thank you.
Mr. King, just like my last caller was talking about the concrete road, I really don't have any issue with that concrete road. They say if you want to spend money to build your house, you have to spend money well so that you know that what you are building, you build it very well. I don't really have any issue with that. See, like just what you were talking about, even some of the road out there in FCT here, they have not left the road. They are still on it, but the road has already been having issues. And most of all this drop on this road, if you travel, Mr. King, it is not funny. So maybe if that's his idea, if it works, fine. I don't have any issue with it. But the problem I have issue is what to say in the first place when you're talking about when the article was asking questions and all of that. See, Sister Kim, that's why when you normally talk about citizens should they have the right to demand for their right and all of that. And I ask you, Sister Kim, how? This is a former vice president, a presidential candidate, asking a simple question. You see the backlash. As if, APC, I've always said it, APC government has been a propaganda government right from the beginning. So, if you come out with a good thing and ask them anything, the way they will attack you, and even some of their followers, the way they will follow you, that is the reason why you see that when you ask the new thing, they come with a fight. So that is the reason why normally somebody like me, I don't know, I don't, if they work, I will praise them. But for now, I am not expecting anything different from them because you see, okay, now they say, when they remove subsidy, when they increase price of electricity, they are defending it. It's because of that. But in all this Asokura, they are calling fancy, Matama fancy. There have been no light to get today. Mr. Kim, go and confirm it. This is what I'm telling you. There have been no light to get today. And then you are saying, they have like 20 hours. There is one thing. That is the reason why sometimes when I want to finish my talk, I come to my Nigerians. When the president is hosting private investor and all of that for dinner, and all of that, everybody was clapping. I ask people, those things, those events and all of that, is it from his personal money or is it from the country? Is it the country that is hosting them? You see, because they take us for a ride in this country, everything, they just do it and they spend our money anyhow they want. And if you ask questions, all right. Mr. King, my fellow Nigerians is what I'm talking to. See, so this hunger, this thing that is happening, it doesn't select Muslims. See, it happens. You understand? It happens to all of us. So we need to come together and put the right person that you are going to hold accountable. Because these people that you put there, that you can't hold them accountable. Rather, they will even deal with you more. Thank you very much, my sister.
All right. Thank Thank you very much, Engineer. Hello.
Hello, good evening.
Yes, good afternoon. Welcome to the show.
Yeah, my name is Chooks.
Welcome, Chooks.
Yeah. Okay. The Coastal project is a very nice, laudable project. And considering the benefit the thing would bring to the country, particularly those that are residing within the coastal lane there. In fact, the activities there will boost their economic activity, and tourism, a whole lot of things there. The concern now people are raising about the cost and other effects that the project will bring along. I think that should be, I think the people handling it should really come clean, because it is public funds, and whatever they're spending, they should really make it very plain. They should be cost effective, because people are going through that time. The money is not what people should be spending the way they wish, because it's not their sweat, because they are only opportunity to be leaders, people that are just in the hands of affairs. So I just want to suggest the project is stoppable, and I want them to go ahead with the project, but they should be cost effective. That's my contribution.
All right. Thank you very much. Hello.
Hello. Good afternoon, Kim.
Good afternoon. What's your name?
Yes, Bulu is calling from Masaka.
We're listening.
Yes. Is the contract going on already, or is about to be awarded? That super highway.
Well, it's already awarded. It has not started yet, but according to article, he's pointed out who it was awarded to.
I don't know the cost.
Well, who they are working in partnership with is a public-private partnership. So it's with the Chagori
Yes,
company.
I know. If they have already awarded the contract, it's a straightforward question. How much do you award it? It's 10 naira. It's 20 naira. It's the simple thing. Why should somebody give us how many days before you answer that question? Can you give a contract for a house to be built for you? Then you don't know how much you award the contract.
Okay. Hello.
Hello, good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
Yeah, Kim. This is Ola, the Indomitable.
Ola, the Indomitable. Welcome.
Thank you very much. Well, quite a long time, really.
Yes, he has. And some people were asking after you. I remember the last time you called, you said you needed time after the Debbie episode, so I understand.
Yeah, I'm not actually called since that time. Now, Kim, it is in this part of the world that people in government take offense in question being asked about their stewardship. You know, ordinarily, if you don't have, I always had that belief that if you don't have anything to hide, if your hands are very clean, you know, and questions asked about how you go about your governance, you shouldn't be offended. Just go straight to the point and answer the question instead of beating about the bush. Do you understand? The response from the Minister of Works, as far as I'm concerned, is highly unexpected. I mean, I don't want to use some harsh words, really. Now, just like some other callers have said, it's a simple question. How much did you award this contract? And what was the process for awarding it? You understand? There are processes for awarding contracts in government. People are supposed to, organizations are supposed to bid for it, and you now go for the best kind out of us. You understand? But when you do it unilaterally, purportedly, you know, without engaging in open bidding, then of course you should expect people to raise eyebrows about that. But you know, just like I said some months ago, I just took it upon myself not to bother myself with what is happening in government or what Tinubu's government is actually bringing on board. I know where the man was coming from. I'm not the pessimist. I mean, people can think. I mean, that bad man yesterday can become a good man tomorrow. That is why God Almighty gives all of us the opportunity to have a second chance, to understand. And so as a human being, I'll just keep my fingers crossed and see how things are going to unfold before 2027. But as far as what I've seen at the time past is concerned, most especially when this person was a governor in Lagos State, there's no point in trying to belabor the issue.
All right, Ola.
Yeah. So, but I just want them, just like I want them to go straight to the point. When you ask questions about how you do your things, go straight to the point, answer the question instead of abusing people. It's as simple as that. Thank you very much, thank you.
All right, thank you very much. And let's look at some of your comments on YouTube. Vladimir Bakula. Okay, I hope it's a lot better. You can hear now. James Bangoshe says, on my side here, I can hear you loud and clear. Elder Bangoshe. And Africa said, compliment of the season. Well done, Toby from Zone 3. Thank you, Toby. Maxwell Marcus, you're very kind. Thank you very much. St. Patrick, the Minister of Work should tell us how much the project will cost. A country where government is making citizens pay more for lack of money to subsidize things we deserve to know. Okay? We have heard ridiculous amounts used to do projects in Nigeria, especially where the federal government is the one funding the project. Sometimes one wonder how comes we're spending this much for the project. The big question is this. Is Nigeria ready to fund expensive roads in the current situation? The minister is thinking big and he wants to give us the best. Where is the money to fund the project, he wrote. A situation where we start a project and we don't finish it is never a good development. Make we no come here story as the project is in the process. We are tired of hearing stories of failed project. Well, that's also something to look at. You look at the capacity of who you're partnering with, and that's why when somebody is saying we might not know the amount, like I pretty much doubt that. If you not have at least an idea, an estimate of what you're dealing with at this point in time, that would be totally redonkulous. Okay. On Facebook, let's see here, Charles Ikwagana. Your Wednesday getting sure because of Salah? Yes. I mean, if he had shown up, I would like Dr. Majid, go back and you deserve the break and the rest. Patient Chinoye, I see you. James Kiemei. How is work? Where is Dr. Majid? Dr. Majid is Salah celebration now. Okay. Wish him a peaceful Salah celebration. That's more like it. Masai Innocent. ADC just brought light now in my area since yesterday night. And we've not seen light. What band are you on? Because I've since realized that we're not equal in this country. There are band A citizen, band B, band C, XYZ band people. You might as well look for citizenship somewhere else because you don't belong here. You know, for those people who get they flash your light, they give you low current, so just give you 1 hour. This is not your true country. Hello?
Hello, good afternoon.
Welcome to the show. What's your name?
My name is Bright. You're calling from Osaka.
We're listening, sir.
I think my concern with the social road is will it eventually be done? I know when President Obasanjo was about to build the stadium, actually Nigerians were not happy with the amount quoted for the stadium. So it was too high. But now we're not talking about the amount used in building the stadium. We have seen a lot of projects being budgeted for. The money will go and the project will not see the light of the day. The main problem is, are they eventually going to build it? Or will the money still go? Then story will follow the project.
You know what? Do you know what it means to be Vitalis? Do you know what it means to be an active citizen? It's to ask the question from start to finish. How much is it? How did you do the bidding process? Why is it taking so long? Why is this one happening? When do we expect to see this, formally, what's the word? The ribbon cutting. What do we call that thing again when you finally commission something? Kim. Exactly.
Kim, we are talking about an ideal society. And if I talk now, because on the radio, you say, no, I will not say that.
But sir, is it not our job to demand that we become that ideal society?
As a citizen, we have every right to do that. I'm not saying that the person that asked the question made a mistake or that he's wrong. He's absolutely right. But in Nigeria, at times, even after asking those questions and answer provided, at the end of the day, another thing will be done entirely. So our concern in most cases, let us see that project. Let the project be seen in existence. Let it be serving Nigerians. Because, okay, look at even the budget. See what they have in the budget itself. They will pad eventually. at the end, by January, November, they'll be going on all kinds of thoughts and human capital development just to make sure that the project finish. So let the project come first. Forget about how it's done in our society, because we know we're not an ideal society, no matter how we look at the way we look at it. Thank you.
Right. Thank you very much. Is want to call the COP as it is. We don't want to hear follow up. Hi, good afternoon.
Yeah, my name is Lukman. I'm calling from Zamani Airport.
Welcome, Lukman.
Yes. It is important for people in government to understand that government is not a secret society. As such, there is need for them, when people ask questions, they should be responsible enough. One of the main features of a democracy or a representative government is accountability and responsibility. So the people in government must learn all these things. Whenever I hear people saying, ask questions, hold them accountable, like how? People will ask questions, you will see them, they will get angry. They say that even though you don't like the messenger, take the message. I am not a fan of Atiku, because even he himself is in government too, he can easily behave in that way too. You understand? But they should learn to be responsible enough. You understand? And the reason why they are reacting like that is because, as based on what we heard, that Ashaguri, the owner, is a friend to the president. Are you getting it? And I doubt if the whole awarding of the contract follow the due process. I doubt it. So they are concerned, they are afraid that probably they cannot let some things out, because I know definitely there was no really serious bidding before the award of that contract. So
you might not want to say definitely. They might surprise us, but I'm sure if it was, it somehow would have become public knowledge.
Okay. But what I want to say is that they should learn to be responsible and responsive. The other day you brought the speaker of the spokesperson of the president. He ran away. He said he
special advisor.
But if it was election time, he will not do that. So he will wait. In fact, he can even beg you or organize for more hours. But when
who are you talking about? Mr. Bayo Nonuga? Well, we took questions and he responded to them.
He responded to him?
Yes, he did.
I thought he said he was in a hurry somewhere.
No. He actually stayed. We even extended the time and he stayed.
Okay. But what we advise them that they should be more responsible and be answerable to the people, because the people put them there, not themselves. That's where we can understand that we are practicing democracy.
All right, sir. Thank you. Okay, Oludade Abiodun, I see you. Center for Disease Control should please do everything humanly possible to put an end to the pandemic. I'm not expecting Atiku not to say something because he's an opposition figure. Mind you, Atiku himself was severally accused of corruption. Oludade Abiodun. Raphael from Maraba, I hear you via my radio. Crystal clear. Good to know. Apparently, you don't know about the anonymous group. When they make posts, most times it's bingo, says TY. Okay. Samisa from Suleja says, Eid Mubarak, Samisa. What Atiku is doing is well within his domain as an opposition, but as usual, instead of using the opportunity to explain and shed light on the project for all to benefit, they simply do what they do best, throw blows, playing politics. And before you know it, others will be dragged and it becomes a full-fledged political stuff. That simply doesn't want us to know what's up. They enjoy secrecy and shadiness. That's how a lot of plundering go on. Okay, I'm going to win the Eid edition of Beat My Score. I wish you good luck, Samisa. Let's take a break for the news and we'll be back to talk some more.
Audio Jungle. info.